Hi guys, I'm back at Dyson HQ for another event, the Dyson V15 Detect handheld vacuum cleaner. It is a very straightforward event. I'm only allowed to film in this room. First, the table sort test with Dyson Laser Detect. As you can see, the laser is able to detect the particle and suck them out efficiently. Next, the acoustic piezo sensor is able to determine the vacuum strength and adjust to the condition automatically.
When I go through a pile of dust, it will ramp up in tone, and then when it's clean, you actually ramp down and then you go back up again. So I'll give it a go. So you notice that the dry condition motor ramped up when the acoustic sensor senses there is a very dirty spot, and it ramps down and ramps up again. So it conserves energy and uses energy when it needs to. With the hair screw tool, what we did is we designed a conical brush bar with a larger diameter on the right hand side, and then you see it tapers down to the left hand side. So you notice the hair starter in the middle and starts migrating to the left, and in reality it will then go up this chute and go into the bin.
This test is the more interesting one. It shows how powerful the Dyson motor is by sucking out the dust mites, actually powder in this case, from the mattress. Check it out.
The mattress demo. So while we get started, I'll pull this back. So this is representing a mattress that you ordinarily sleep on, and this baby powder over here represents potentially dust mites and skin flakes and all the nasties that you have on your bed but you don't see potentially. And then we peel back multiple layers. So I'll put on it one layer, second layer, third layer, and all these layers represent obviously your mattress protector, your linen, your duvet, your bed sheets, and all the stuff that goes on. I put on a sixth layer, and do you think that with the very powerful Dyson V15 we'll be able to pick up what's hidden beneath 6 layers below? Yeah, I'll give it a go. So I will vacuum this half of it, and you'll see the effect. Yeah. So when I pull out the different layers, the 6 different layers, what you will notice is that the half that was vacuumed is completely gone. So if you imagine this with dust mites in your own mattress, the Dyson V15 and the very powerful suction that it has, 240 air watts, with the hair screw tool is able to pick up, it is designed to pick up the dust mites and all the nasties that are on the bed.
The next test is to see how the V15 Detect is able to prevent hair from entangling on the digital Motorbar cleaner head. The cleaner head has an unique cutting feature that can cut the hair into smaller bits and fit them into the container. Let's see how it is done.
Carbon fibers, so that when very long hair wraps along this, it doesn't tighten along the brush bar. Instead, it wraps around and it creates a gap between the ridge and the brush bar itself. Therefore, when it rotates and migrates the hair, it then gets picked up by 56 polycarbonate teeth or comb that then lifts up this hair essentially and transports it into the bin. Okay, so if you were to look at the mirror down there, I would show you, illustrate how the long hair in front gets picked up from the very bottom, and you can see how it detangles itself. Okay, and then give it a go. You see how it pretty much almost instantaneously goes there.
These are the new products, the very soft, scratch-free dusting brush and the awkward gap tool. Check out the demos.
What we did is we wanted to create a scratch-free experience. We went from makeup brushes to ostrich feathers to very fancy materials, and we want to find a material that then creates a leaf that's scratch-free experience, right? So we ended up with a polybutylene polymer fibers. We angled this at 0.5 mil off the end. And we then also intentionally left some gaps in between the tool itself so that we don't spread dust around like when we kind of use the tool. We instead suck the dust, fine dust through these gaps essentially. So we developed a self-cleaning feature, so you can slide it off and then you can rotate it. So any fluff that's stuck will then be sucked into it, and you do not have to kind of pluck out the fluff anymore, which I will illustrate to you in a second. So with this tool, what we do is, this is a piece of black acrylic. This represents a very delicate surface and a bit of talcum or baby powder essentially. And you'll notice that after I vacuum this up, even though it's a very delicate surface, it doesn't leave any micro scratches or any residue essentially. That's the scratch-free dusting brush. We then have the awkward gap tool, and as its name implies, it's for awkward gaps. So if you imagine you had a wall right on this end, sometimes if you use a crevice tool and you had a wall, you couldn't kind of reach under, right? That's something like the back of your fridge, the back of your TV, the bottom of your TV. If you use a flexible tool instead, you would then it will sometimes kink, so if you get what I mean, if it's flexible, sometimes it blocks the air path and it makes it a little bit smaller. So what we did is we did an awkward gap tool. You can just rotate this, so if you imagine you had a wall here, you could go where you previously couldn't reach, now rotate the tool and just reach under. You could also reach underneath very easily, where previously you would be hindered essentially. So this is the perfect tool for awkward gaps. You have the crevice and you obviously have the bristles that help you agitate anything that's stuck in between.
The next new product is the Pet Groom Tool. As the name implies, it's for grooming your pet. Check out our special guest for the day.
Okay, later. You can do that later. Oh. Yeah, it's a Shetland, so it's in hospital.
Basically engineered so it's a bit more pet-friendly and
So
I will end this video with this special guest. If you have not subscribed, it will be wonderful if you can click on the subscribe button. I will see you around. Bye bye.